This is happiness, to be everything at once. Be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Mood Prep. My name is Dave Nixon, and we're going to get stuck straight into it. This is something that I've shared in the past, probably on a different social platform. But one day you will wake up, and there won't be any more time to do the things you've always wanted. Do It Now, by Paulo Coelho, who is the author of The Alchemist and the Manual of the Warrior of Light. So, why is this important today? Well, it's a reminder to those who are waiting for somebody to come give them permission. They're waiting to be seen, to be to fulfill their potential. They're waiting to go after what it is that they want. Like, I'm not saying go get it today, whatever it may be for you. I'm simply pointing out that if you're waiting for someone or for something to come and tell you that you can do something, that you're allowed to do something, what you're doing is that you're waiting for external permission. You're waiting for an external authority to say that you're enough, you're okay, you're allowed. You can go after that today, whatever that is, whatever that identity is, whatever that position, role, whatever it may be for you. But it's a continual pursuit of that allows us to continually move towards something. And when we actually have a target, a goal to move towards, we find ourselves procrastinating less. We find ourselves living with more purpose. We live with more meaning because it's meaning and purpose that we have chosen, right? And even if we think it's external, it still is internal. We have still personally chosen it, which really is quite phenomenal. So, and the reason being is because a lot of the time it's like, well, I tried to make you happy. It's like, no. You tried to make yourself happy by doing something you think would make me happy. That's very different, right? When we understand that, we can understand that we're actually only in control of our happiness, maybe in the face of someone else. And so this is why if we're waiting, right, we're constantly giving, and you're waiting for when it's your turn, you're not actually giving, right? That's a transaction. And so the biggest offer here is at the end of this year, take stock of where you've come from and what you've achieved, all that sort of stuff, objectively, as if you were a friend looking back on your life. And then moving into next year, really start paying attention. What is it that you want? And then ask the question, do I give myself permission? Am I allowed to have that? Because it's not just about wanting something. We get what we think we deserve. And that's a powerful thing to take note of. If you want something consciously, but you don't think you deserve that, you don't think you can handle that, you don't trust yourself to deal with it, then you won't get it. And if you do get it, you won't keep it. You'll throw it away. We keep what we earn. And so understanding that means that when we thoroughly think that we deserve something through and through, and we go after it, we'll get it. If we don't think we deserve it and we go after it, we'll find reasons that somebody else should get it instead. As if there's a limit to us living our potential. There's no limit. The limit's in our mind. It's in our mind saying whether and these are old frames and they're there for whatever fucking reason they're there for you, for me, for the next person. And I wake up to these every single day. I mean, what I mean by that is when I wake up, it's not like I wake up at 6 a.m. to these. During the day, I'll be driving and I'll see something and I'll be like, that's why. When I say see something, to clarify, I mean see something within my thoughts. There's a pattern there. And it's paying attention to the really subtle patterns, right? See, if you're stuck, let's look, here's an example for if you're stuck on an income, right? And it's just an example. Have a look at that number that you're stuck on. Was it a goal of yours at some point? And if it was, does that number show up in other areas of your life? Now, it might not, but is there a pattern there for you? Right? And then see what frames are behind that number. See what frames are behind the worth, the value of currency. It's really interesting, you see. When we start to pay attention to the subtleties of our mind, rather than the behaviors of other people, we start to grow and we let other people's behaviors be whatever the fuck they are. We're not in control of that. We're in control of our mind. Team, on that note, thank you very much for tuning in. If you found this podcast beneficial, it would mean the world to me. If you would pass it on to someone else that you think would also find this podcast beneficial. If you haven't already, jump on Beyond the Matrix. As of next year, I'll be back on there doing my lives every Monday night. But I'm done. Until tomorrow, peace and pizza. Kick today the dick. Slay the dragon. I'll see you soon.
Happiness to be everything at once. Be unblinded, be unlearned, be unbridled and unburned.